Hi, everybody. Welcome to Lose Weight in 3 Simple Steps. Over the next hour, we're going to gain some clarity on why it's been so hard to lose that weight, why you may have plateaued, and what you can do to change it without the dreaded D word, the dieting. So, a little about me first. You know, I'm a holistic health coach. I'm really on a mission to help you feel your best through eating real food. It's super easy, super tasty. I have some seasonal programs that I'm working through this year. I do nutritional counseling, recipes, and videos, and membership site I'm working on for 2016, which I hope you'll join me on as well. So, what are we going to discuss? How to lose weight by naturally detoxifying your body. You know, each of us walk around with inflammation in different parts of our body, and some of us walk around with 5 to 10 pounds of extra toxicity in our body, which can lead to weight gain and headaches and bloating, and unfortunately, a whole plethora of other things that we're going to talk about today. But I really want you to think as we're going through the program today, what kind of food, chemicals am I putting into my body and how I can change it. So what's a toxin? It's a chemical or poison that has a harmful effect on your body. It comes from the food that we eat, the air that we breathe, the chemicals that we use in the house. It really comes from everywhere, and you need to do something in your life to help you get those toxins out of your body, because most people don't realize what they're putting into their body. Like a big toxin that a lot of people eat and consume all day is sugar. Through donuts in the morning, candy at your desk, or ice cream after dinner. There's a lot of sugar in the products that we use that you probably don't even realize that there's a lot of sugar in. When you go home today, or if you're in your kitchen, go look at your salad dressing. Go look at your juice in the fridge, or the yogurt you have. Start looking at your labels and really reading how much sugar is in them. We used to be in the 90s and 2000s all about the fat and the calories. 2016 for me, all about teaching people about sugar and how they can take it out of their system, out of their bodies, and not miss it. Because too much sugar in your body can lead to all sorts of issues, and even diabetes, which nobody wants to have. Nobody wants to get diabetes. So signs if you have this toxic overload are everything from weight gain to sleeplessness. Every once in a while, these things happen in our life, but there has to be an underlying reason that it's going on. So, if you're feeling anxious or depressed and don't know why, or you really have mood swings, or you're not sleeping at all, you need to start looking inwards and see what's going on with you. And it could be just as simple as changing the food that you're putting in your diet, or changing the chemicals you're using in the house, or changing your beauty routine, because your body's reacting to those kind of chemicals that you're using every day, which is just things that we just don't think about. And why would we? So I mentioned how sugar is a toxin, and it's almost in all the foods that we eat. 90% of the foods that we eat have toxins. Okay, great. But 35% are in the supermarket. And really the only way we can reduce our exposure is to eat organic wherever possible. Avoid eating fruits and vegetables that are conventionally grown and that are on the dirty dozen list, which means any fruit or vegetable that has a thin skin, that the pesticides that they put onto the vegetables and fruits in the fields doesn't get in. Strawberries has no skin, the pesticides get right in. Grapes, peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, something like a melon or a banana or even an avocado has that thick skin, and it won't get in as much. So when you're in the supermarket, think about the quality of the food that you're buying, not only the quantity, but the quality and the ingredients of those foods as well. Because there are a lot of other factors that get our body out of balance. The chemicals in the cosmetics, the hormones in our foods. It's a big, big problem, I think, for our young people. I have moms call me with prepubescent aged kids, wanting to know why their kids are hitting puberty at 9, at 10, at 8. And I really think 100% that it's linked to the antibiotics and the hormones that are put into our meat, fish, and chicken. Kids eat a lot of chicken or a lot of fish sticks, or whatever they're eating, but I believe that the amount of antibiotics and hormones in their food are speeding up puberty in kids. I see this especially in girls, where I live. So just, again, think about the quality of the food that you're putting in your body. The plastics and the chemicals that are used in your food packaging and production. I use a glass water bottle, or, I don't use the plastic water bottles over and over again. You need to look and see what you're doing in your day-to-day life that can be changed, that is easily changed, because none of this is hard. It's really got to be easy for you to do it. And I think that with this information and with the help of your family, you can. So now you know the toxins come from and how they get into your body. So I bet you're ready to know how to get them out. We hear that word detox, and I really wonder if everyone knows what that means. It's just getting the stuff out of your body and filling it with good vitamins and nutrients, ridding your body of those toxins. And a lot of people do this different ways. It comes in many different forms. You can do a shake, buy those powder shakes. You can buy juices, prepared meals. But what really works long term is to get those toxins out of your system and to eat healthy. You guessed it, is by eating real food. I can't tell you how many times I have clients that come to me after they've done the shake or the juice or the prepared meal project and they've lost the 30 pounds, but 10 pounds came back on when they stopped and they don't know what to do next and they don't want to do the program again because you can't live eating shakes all day. You can't live, I guess you can, but it's very expensive to live people preparing your meals and you're nuking everything you eat. So, eating real food. So they did 200, 300 years ago. And that's really what we should be doing now to just make sure that we're going to live a healthy and happy long life. So here we are to step 1. How do I clean up my toxic overload? We can get rid of toxins through reducing the amounts we take in by eating less processed foods and more natural. It's really simple. Eating real food. It's not difficult. It's not about, like I said, the powders and the pills. It's really unclogging those pipes so that your body can awaken and your body can use the nutrients that you're giving it and the body can have the energy back and sleep well and be in balance. It's not difficult. It just takes a little bit of extra work. The main point of detoxing is to clean your system so that you can start losing that weight again and start feeling like the energetic you. And through a real food program like my winter real food program, you can do it easily and safely and smartly and fast. Because 50% of our cells are replaced every month. It's really simple. So let the food be your solution. So here are my rules. These are the rules that I use with all my clients, my one-on-one private clients, and I've perfected them over the years, and they really help. And if you can keep them in the back of your mind, if you're a one-on-one client with me, I print this out and I laminate it so you can put it right into your wallet, so that when you're at the supermarket or you're at the restaurant or you're out, you can look at it and you know that if you're following those rules, you're on the Eat Real Food program. So number 1, if your grandmother wouldn't recognize it, don't eat it, because that means it's laden with chemicals and it's processed. Grandma recognizes things from the field, from the farmer's market, real fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. That's what she knew growing up, and that's what we should be putting into our bodies. Don't eat anything you cannot pronounce, because that means it's probably a chemical. Don't eat anything with more than 5 ingredients, because if it has more than 5 ingredients, it's not going to be, the only way it could be shelf stable is to have chemicals. Don't eat anything that won't eventually rot. It makes me think of that Twinkie researcher a couple of years ago that put a Twinkie on a shelf for a year on a plate and nothing happened to it. Why would you want to eat something that doesn't rot? You can imagine what it does to your body. Don't buy food while you buy your gas. It's never a good idea. Not even the healthy part of it, but who knows what's in there. Shop the outsides of the aisles of the grocery store, because that way you can't ever go wrong. You have the produce, the fishmonger, the butcher, the dairy. The inside of the market is really where you can get yourself in trouble. Even in the natural food aisle, just because the ingredients are natural doesn't mean it's not full of sugar. So you need to really read the ingredients. Look and see what you have in your cabinets to begin with, and then you can start to recognize what you're eating, what you're not eating, and I can always help you with that as well. And lastly, a real food rule is to think of your meals as part of a lifestyle. This is a Beth's Blueprint clients only secret. You ready? So, say you're at a dinner party and someone says to you, "Here, have a piece of cake." You say to them, "No, I can't, I'm on a diet." That's normal. And what would the other person say? "Oh, it's a celebration, it's my birthday, have a bite," on and on and on, until you're convinced enough that it's okay and you'll have a bite. But if you said to that same person, "I don't eat cake," and that's it, no explanation, "I don't eat that," there's not a space for someone to convince you. If you don't do something, then you don't. Thinking of your lifestyle as the way that you're going to live for the rest of your life, and not a short-term diet to I'm going to get healthier now or I'm going to lose those 15 pounds, really makes a difference in the long run. If you're eating broccoli and you're saying to yourself, I hate broccoli because I'm on a diet and I know I only have to eat broccoli, I can't wait to eat my cauliflower soup with the cream and the lobster bisque or whatever it is, then you're not going to stay on this way that you're starting to eat. You're not going to make this part of your lifestyle. But if you're eating broccoli and you're thinking to yourself, if you like broccoli, I do. If you're thinking to yourself, boy, this broccoli is going to give me so many phytonutrients and it's going to make me feel good, and this is part of my lifestyle, and this is a part of my real food program, then you're more than likely than less likely to be successful in what you're trying to do. I hope that makes sense to everybody. If it doesn't make sense, send me an email. But these are the real food rules that I've used for a long time, and they seem to work out for my clients. I know they'll work for you, and they work for me. Okay, so we've told you what to do and what not to do, but now what do you eat? You eat real food. You eat proteins, grass-fed beef, grass-fed chicken, lamb, wild fish, tofu, nuts, real proteins, some healthy fats, the olive oil, the coconut oil, the avocado oil, which is a finishing oil, which is new to me, but I really like the taste, and it's not that expensive. And then veggies and carbs. Having chicken with cauliflower and broccoli is a great dinner. Having mushrooms and carrots over wild fish is a great dinner. Anything that grows in the ground or eats from the ground or grows on a tree, you're on the right track. If it doesn't grow and it doesn't eat what's grown, you're on the wrong track, so get off that train and get on the real food train. So what not to eat every day? Okay, let me caveat this. I do the 80-20 rule with my clients. So 80% of the time, you're on your lifestyle, you're on your program, which doesn't mean that you never, ever, ever drink caffeine and eat sugar. It doesn't, because on Saturday night, you want to go out with your friends and have a drink, or you want to have a coffee, or you want to, have a bite of a piece of cake, or a little piece of a cake. That's okay, but that's only 20% of your life. It can't be the whole thing, and it's got to be that little amount. And what I've seen with most of my clients is that little amount really goes away. I don't do caffeine. I try not to do any sugar. I really watch out for that. I only drink a little bit, and because that's what works for me, and that's my 80-20. So you guys figure out what your 80-20 is, but I don't want you eating processed foods. If wheat gluten doesn't work for you, I don't want you eating those fried foods, nitrates, preservatives, the chemicals. I don't want you eating any of that, but really paying attention to your dairy. I don't want you drinking dairy or eating dairy that's not organic, because that goes back to the cow's milk. That goes back to the antibiotics and the hormones they're putting in the animals and the milk that you're getting from them. So if you're buying dairy, make sure it's organic. It's the cost isn't that much more anymore, thank God, and it is on your Eat Real Food program. But these are things not to eat every day, and it's really that simple. Real food has one ingredient. These don't. These are not one ingredients. These are things you can't pronounce. High fructose corn syrup. I have a short story about that. I have a friend who has an 11-year-old little boy that had these horrible, debilitating headaches. She kept going to doctor. We couldn't figure out what it was. I said to her a couple times, let me figure out what he's eating. Maybe it's something he's allergic to. Maybe it's something in the food. Maybe it's something, she was poo-pooed it a little bit, didn't want to listen to what I had to say. They had decided it was something else. But then they went to a neurologist who said to them, take out the high fructose corn syrup. They had pinpointed one chemical that gives a lot of kids headaches, and that's it, the high fructose corn syrup. She took out the high fructose corn syrup from his diet, and within 36 hours, his headaches were gone. Gone. Not even still a little bit there. They were 100% gone. So it's just another example of what chemicals can do to our body. So if you see any of these in your food, especially, like we talked about before, the red dyes and the colors and the numbers, if you can't pronounce it, you can't recognize it, don't put it in your diet. Don't put it in your body. It just makes sense. If it's not good for me and it's made in a lab, I shouldn't be putting it in my body, and I'm not going to. So here's an easy lemon drink that I want you guys to start drinking every morning. It's a great start to your breakfast. Before your breakfast, it's a great start. It's a great thing to have in the fridge for your family, for your kids, and it helps detoxify your body. Lemon's really good for you to help detoxify. And if you're on my site and you see what I'm putting out there, I love lemon. So put it in a big pitcher of water, If you don't have the filtered water, water from the sink's fine depending on where you live. A little bit of salt with lemon and cucumbers. I started doing this because I had it at spa and I thought it was so nice and refreshing. And then I learned that it was a detoxifying drink, and I drink this every day. You want to come to my house and have some lemon detox drink? It's always in my fridge. Recipe's simple and you can try it today. So let's recap. We're going to eat natural foods. We're going to drink water, which the detox drink. We're going to reduce the amount of processed foods by crowding them out and putting in new real foods instead. I don't want you to cut and run. If you start eating more real foods, those processed foods will magically release from your diet. They just will. You'll stop eating them. The more natural and the more organic that you do it, meaning the more easy and organic it is within your life, and eating organic foods, I'd love for you to do that too, the easier it'll be for you. You're reading the ingredients of the food that you're eating. You should know what you're putting in your body at all times. You just should. Why wouldn't you? Tell me why you wouldn't want to know what you're putting into your body. So, and live by those rules 80% of the time. It really makes a big difference. And I hope that you're seeing that, and I hope you're understanding why I'm so passionate about it. So step 2, planning. You always have to have a plan. Whenever new clients come to me, they're like, well, what am I going to do? I'm like, well, we have to plan. You need to make sure you have the foods in your house. You need to make sure you have time to create them. If you don't, you're not going to be able to live the healthy lifestyle. I run my own business. I have 20, 30 minutes to make dinner. I'm just organized and I have a plan, and I will give you that plan so that you too can do the same thing. So the first part of the plan is to have a goal. I put a couple of goals down for you. I'm going to eat a healthy snack in the afternoons on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday instead of cookies and chips. Great. So how are you going to achieve that goal? That's a great goal to have, but you need to have the plan behind it. My goal for last week was I'm going to experiment with different spices so I use less salt when I make dinner on Tuesday and Thursday. Great. Easy, concise. I know what it is, I know when it is, and I know what I want to do. So you need to take the action steps to go with it. So if you want a new healthy snack, find a new healthy snack on a website and go to the grocery store to have the ingredients. That's it. You find things that you want to make, get the ingredients, and make them. It doesn't take that much more time than anything else if you know what you're doing. If you go to the grocery store with a list or an intention for the day or intention for that trip, then you'll have what you need to make your goals come true. I picked a new spice. I found a recipe online. I got the ingredients and I made it, and it actually tasted really good. So action steps. What am I going to do? How often? When? What might get in my way? So if you have a meeting Thursday night and you know that you're not going to be able to go to the store on Thursday, or you're not going to be able to prepare that snack on Thursday, guess what? Prepare it on Wednesday. Make sure you get those goals out of the way. And what can you do to make it easier to reach my goal? Well, working with me, I know will make it easier because I'll give you the whole plan. Getting your kids to help you, getting your husband, getting your girlfriend, getting your mom, whoever is around you, and not only in your house, but within your community. If you said to your cubicle mates, is that what they call them? Cube mates? I'm going to start eating healthier snacks on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I would really like you to do it with me. If you can get one person to do it with you, to be accountable to, and you guys can do it together, then it's going to happen. But make sure those goals are specific so you know what you're going to do, and then celebrate that goal. So next Friday, if you've had a healthy snack with your friend at work or at home with the kids or wherever you are, celebrate it. Success is a great thing to celebrate it, but you don't need to celebrate it with food. I hear that a lot from my clients. Well, it was my birthday. Well, I had a promotion. Well, I ran a 5K. Great. Celebrate your success. Post it on Facebook. You'll get 1 billion likes. But create your action plan for your next goal. So what's the next one? So this week I had 3 healthy snacks. Next week I'm going to have 3 healthy snacks. And the week after that I'm going to have 3 healthy snacks. And then I'm going to have a healthier breakfast. And then another healthy breakfast. And another healthy breakfast. It doesn't need to be all at once, because if you try to do anything all at once like this, it's going to blow up in your face. It just will. You don't have enough time. You're going to make excuses. Small steps with action plans and specific goals will help you continue to having that healthy and energetic life that you want to have. And put it on Facebook. Why not? Instagram it. Snapchat it. I love Snapchat. Try Snapchat. So the basics. This is what we've been talking about so far. And keeping your body clean and toxic free is really by the fresh, the fresh lifestyle habits. Cooking the vegetables, eating the nuts and seeds and organic dairy. I'm always up for a nice glass of wine, and that's a lifestyle that you have to plan for. So go to my website under the freebies tab, get the meal planning worksheet. It has all the spaces for you to put everything in. It tells you how much water you're supposed to drink during the day. Having that filled out for a week, fill it out for a day, and see if it works for you. I know it'll work for you, but see how well it works for you, and how good you feel about making a goal, making an action plan to go along with it, and making it happen. Because I know it works for you, because it's worked for me. I came to this through myself not feeling well. I've come to this through having acne and not sleeping and gaining weight. And, when my kids were little, they're screaming their heads off because their stomach hurts when they were toddlers. I figured out what worked for me, and I know it's worked for hundreds of my clients, and I know it can work for you as well. You just got to jump on the real food train and take the ride with me. So step 3. Okay, Beth, you told me what to do. You told me I had a plan for it. But now I need tips. Now what am I going to do day to day? So here's some tips for you. Like I said, don't get wrapped up in the overhaul. You're not going to change everything at once. Small steps, small baby steps. Like when I work with my one-on-one clients, you leave our appointments with goals and action steps. And they're really small, so you can come back to the next meeting and build on them and make them part of your life. Maybe it's not drinking soda for lunch today. Put it down if you're listening at work, or if you're at your desk and you have a soda, put the soda down. Go get a glass of water. I won't wait, but go get a glass of water and come back. Maybe including a vegetable in every meal. Meat and potatoes are great, but a little spinach too makes it a full balanced meal. Focusing on the right stuff. Don't focus on how many carbs, how many fats, how many calories. If you're eating vegetables and lean proteins and seeds and nuts, you really don't need to worry about the calories, because a whole head of broccoli is 70 calories versus a bag of potato chips, which is 150 calories. Like your calorie intake will decrease naturally. You'll get more vitamins and minerals. You'll make healthier choices, and your body will respond. It will, because it needs to, because it really wants to run healthfully. It really wants to run with energy. Don't buy the bad stuff. Okay, get rid of the junk in your food. I am that crazy black garbage bag lady that comes to your house and throws out all the crap in your pantry. I am. I've done it several times. It's actually a lot of fun. But a couple months ago, I had a woman who started crying. Crying makes me cry. So I start crying. And I'm crying and saying to her, "Why are you crying?" She goes, "You're throwing out all my food." Yeah. And I put the black garbage bag down and I said, "If you're not committed to this, I'm going to stop. This is not supposed to be horrible. It's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to help you make healthier life choices." So start getting the junk out of your house. If you can do it all at once, big garbage bag style, good for you. You want me to come to the house and do that? Good for you. Because eventually you'll eat it. If I have cookies in the house, eventually they'll be eaten. If I have chips in the house, eventually they'll be eaten. You can have cookies in the house, but have good cookies in the house. Make the cookies. It's all about the ingredients you're eating. Because I'd much rather you eat a homemade chocolate chip cookie than a Oreo. The amount of chemicals that are in one Oreo versus butter, sugar, salt, flour, baking soda, baking powder, eggs. It's a big difference. Read the ingredients. Read the ingredients on a Oreo box. Read the ingredients in the back of a Toll House chocolate chip bag. There's a big difference in the ingredients. You can recognize all of them. Grandma knows them. There's less than 5. They're not going to rot. So see the difference, and I hope it convinces you, not just me. Number 4, setting a good example. Do you need your kids to be eating fast food, candy, and drinking soda? Do you need to be doing that? Does your husband need to be doing that? If you start living differently and making yourself a good example, and it doesn't mean throwing it in their face, well, I'm eating cauliflower soup and you're eating crap. That's not going to help anybody. Just be an influence in their life. The more you feel better, the better you sleep, the more energy you have, people will start to notice. People always say to me, "Your eyes are so bright," or "Your skin's so nice." And I say to them, I eat real food. I don't eat crap. I'm not preserved by chemicals. try it, because I guarantee that when you start feeling better, people will start asking you what you're doing, and then you can get them on the food train as well. So these are some of the sample recipes that I eat every day, that are in my winter real food program that my clients love, that my kids love. You know, a couple breakfast, the chocolate coconut smoothie bowl, which is in the bottom right. It's exactly what it sounds like. You basically make a smoothie, you put it into a bowl, and you top it with beautiful ingredients. If you if you search Instagram smoothie bowl, it's amazing the pictures that people come up with. And it tastes really good, and it's just a different way of eating it. My minty green smoothie, which has fresh mint in it, a hot morning porridge, which sounds like Old English to me, but it's really good, and it starts your day off right. It starts your day off with lots of nutrients and lots of vitamins. For lunch, your rainbow salad, a chopped salad, a detox taco wrap, and adding any animal proteins that you want to those is a balanced lunch. On the upper right, stuffed squash, and I always like to pair my dinners with soups in the winter because I'm always freezing. So a veggie basil cream soup, which is not cream based. I love garlic ginger stir fry. My kids love it. I add some flank steak with leek and miso soup. And my favorite is Brussels sprouts with warm carrot spice soup. That's got to be one of my favorite meals. And it's filling, and it's full of nutrients and full of vitamins. And I know if you tried it, you'd love it too. So all these recipes and the whole program that I've been talking about, I made a program that encompasses all of that, and it's called the Winter Real Food Program. All the recipes are in the Winter Real Food Program, and this is what the program looks like. You know, I know that it's hard to change your lifestyle and change the way you eat and to change the way you've always done something. So I created this program to help you, give you a step-by-step introduction to the real food lifestyle and the real food way of doing things. So you get a real food guide, which is that step-by-step manual I was telling you about. Shows you exactly how to detox and exactly what to eat so that you can continue eating healthy and natural all your days. You get an email from me every morning to support you and give you accountability. I give you little tasks sometimes, but it's my love to you to help you through that day. You always have access to me with email. I do webinars to start you off and finish you off. I start a webinar to help you figure out how exactly to do the program and how to exactly transition off the program and into eating on your own. The recipe book is worth it enough. You get 60 of my recipes that are all for decreasing inflammation and non-toxic. But I give you a meal plan, 14 days of meals, so that you know exactly what you're eating. And I put that into the at a glance guide. And what it says is Monday, or it says day 1, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. You know exactly what you're eating, exactly when you're eating it. And I made a shopping list to go with it. So you have the meal plan, which has all the meals in it. You have the day-to-day guide, which has exactly what days you're eating what, and the shopping list to go with it. So you have all the ingredients in the house. There's no, I don't have this, or I have to go buy this if I want to make this. You have everything in the house because you have that shopping list and because you have the meal plan and because you have exactly what you know that you need. You also have a food diary, a transition guide to help you off the program and into eating on your own, a private Facebook group, which I am on every single day to help you answer any questions. And my clients support each other. You know, if you have a question about something that's going on in your life and you put it on there, I bet you I take that back. I know 4 or 5 of the other participants will answer you, and you can have a nice discussion about it. A link to download all the materials. So once you bought the program, you can download everything and read through it before you even start the program. You know, sometimes people like to hide what they're giving you. I give you everything and more. It's a lot in this program to help you succeed, because that's really what I want you to do. Like I said at the beginning, I want you to live the fullest life you can by eating real food, which is super tasty and super easy. And this is a way to do it that's both. So now you know what toxins are in your life, how to avoid them. You know the real food rules. You know what steps you need to take off the weight, the action steps, how to take care of your body. I hope you now know that I'm here to support you. And the program starts next Monday, January 18th, for you to start the program. And you can get the program at bestblueprint.com. But if you sign up by noon tomorrow, you'll also receive the 4-day emotional detox guide, which I use with my one-on-one clients where they start with me, because as we all know, overeating and eating unwell, not well, is not all about the food. There's a lot of emotional baggage that goes along with it, so I can help you through that as well. I hope you enjoyed being with me today, because I enjoyed being with you. I hope you come see me on bestblueprint.com. Email me any questions, sign up for the program, and I'll see you another day. Love you. Bye.